Every time I do my first stream of the day, it lags like crazy. And then the second I start up a second stream, the problem just goes away. I don't understand why that is. It's so weird. Thought it was my internet? Nah. It's just something weird with my PC, probably. I'm doing good, Utah. Hope you're doing well too. Hello, hello. Stream lost the 50-50. Yeah, so did I don't even like Augusta anymore. I never cared about her all that much. I'll just pull Glorb now. Glorb awaits me in the next patch. Why did you pull then? I don't know what you're talking about. I wanted Verena, so that's why I pulled. And I got Verena, so it's that simple. What's up? What's up, tax evasion? Are you gonna pull for Yuno? Why would I pull for Yuno if I'm not pulling for Augusta? That's like completely backwards. I'll pull Galbrena. You'll be pulling on Cyrene's banner for Fushuan too? Hell no. The fuck? I didn't have Verena, and I actually need Verena. I don't need no Fushuan. What the fuck? No. Pulling Galbreno with Sig, I mean, yeah, I'm like very far into the signature banner pity. I'll get a weapon in like the next 20 pulls. I'm so tired of it marking this chest, bro. DPS March 7th is good. Am I stupid and greedy for wanting the S6 SK? I mean, I don't know what her S6 does. Yeah, that is probably the most trash S6 I've ever seen in my life. How big is her E1 for main DPS? I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Literally just the numbers it shows. Like, March probably has the most straightforward E1 jump like anyone can read. If there's like this amount of mobs, she does 20% more damage. If there's only one mob, she does 50% more damage. Like, whether it be sub DPS or main DPS, it's not going to change how much the E1 increases her overall damage percent. Her E2 is the big main DPS Eidolon. Does a ZZZ have a skip line for most shit? Yeah. I don't know if anyone's done calculations on it, but like I'm pretty confident March main DPS. Um, she probably has the biggest E2 jump in the game. I don't know. I think it's close to Phenon's. I really do. I'd actually make the argument that I think March main DPS will probably age better than main DPS Cassie. Can I just fly? Oh no. What's your favorite fast food place? Um, Probably Wendy's. I don't have it all that often though, but it would probably be Wendy's. What's your take on V3 Don Hung? I think people are overreacting. He was obviously supposed to pair with Sunday, and he still does. I have the same take as you, gonna be honest. I literally, I said it on the beta thing too. Like, the only, like, it sucks, right? Like, of course it sucks. But, like, the amount of a difference it actually makes in most teams really just isn't all that significant at all. And it was probably just a mistake on their end. I don't think they actually meant for that to make it alive. Why is it not letting me ult? Well, oh, you're supposed to hold it? Oh, whoops. I hate how this game is never straightforward with this type of QTE shit. It really pisses me off. Like, you don't know whether or not you're supposed to click, whether or not you're supposed to hold, whether or not you're supposed to spam. Like, they're really bad at trying to show it. Augusta's weapon is 30+% in almost everyone's calculations. But yeah, it's not 40. TCer made a mistake with the standard weapon calcs, but it's still 30+%. How do I pull if SK's in Augusta's banner while Yuno's right after? I mean, I don't know what you want me to say, bro. This game's banner placements are just the fucking worst out of any game I've ever played. I've never been more excited to play like an anime type game since probably OG Genshin for Duet Night Abyss, and it's for the sole reason that there's no shitty ass gacha system. Like, I don't even care that they have an option where like you can directly purchase shards, because I guarantee you that shit is gonna be way cheaper than the actual gacha. A game where you can permanently unlock all characters you want, take a break, come back, just grind, and catch up to other people is just so much fucking better. Depends how heavy the grind is. I mean, no offense, I don't know what you guys expect, man. Like, I know everybody's got their different standards. I really don't mind if it takes like a week or two to get a character. You're actually being rewarded for playing the game. Oh, way. Yo, the auto targeting on Augusta is insanely bad though. Holy fuck. If I move it even a little bit, it'll target someone farther away. Oh. I mean, I think the reason people talk about and compare it to Gacha is because, like, I'm gonna be honest, I think most people who got into, like, this anime open world type of, Gacha gaming, most people didn't start playing these games because of the Gacha system. It's just an unfortunate side effect attached to a type of game that appeals to them. So like this is why you see so many creators and so many players being like, "Oh, this game is finally giving gacha, like they're finally getting rid of it. This is what gacha games should do." It's because they don't like they're so used to these anime games they like being gacha related that they just consider it a genre at this point. Like seeing a anime game like Duet Night Abyss not have any gacha is genuinely like insane. That's what makes it crazy. Because almost all anime games that are like working like this, a bunch of these characters, blah 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 blah. Like, they all have gacha attached to it. How will they make money? I think you guys have become too accustomed to being taken advantage of. Like, you do realize you don't need to make tens of millions of dollars every single month to make money. Like, you guys need to understand this. Most game developers on this planet don't make anywhere near that much a month, and they still keep their games alive. It's going to be completely fine. They'll make money off of skins. Once again, you can directly buy the character shards if you don't want to grind. They're probably going to have other ways of monetization as well. It just goes on and on and on. The gacha revenue shit has ruined everyone's mind. I think it's just like this is why I've always gone so hard. Like when I talk about predatory tactics in a game, and people are like, "Oh my god, the game slash company needs to make money." Like these people have no fucking clue at all what they're talking about. Like there are games that could survive off of a fraction of what Wuwa, Genshin, HSR, and all these other gacha games make, and still profit massively. Like for some reason people think like Wuwa, HSR, and like these Hoyo games need to give you this shit of pulls or be like this predatory, do this and that to actually make money. Like no, they're just greedy, bro. They want to continue making more money, and that's why they get worse. Oh. I don't watch Gacha CC videos, so no. I don't think DNA could really fuck up. I mean, they are releasing in 2 months, which is earlier than I expected. But like, I'm gonna be honest. If you guys remember Wuwa's launch, that shit was absolutely abysmal. And like, if you guys know it, I literally quit this game during 1.2 because it just had nothing new, right? They were basically trying to bribe me with a Zhang Liao, but then they locked this Zhang Liao behind the most fucking boring event ever, and so I ended up quitting the game and not getting Zhang Liao. Like, it was really bad back then for Wuwa. So I think Duet Night Abyss could be fine. They just gotta keep improving. Just like Wuwa did with Renacita. Like, the glow up Wuwa got from Renacita compared to before was just fucking insane. Oh, nice, Verily. Or Everly. Wuwa community is trying to defend how a 1 cost Augusta can beat a 6 cost Zheng Liao team. Is that real? I feel like a Zheng Liao team can maybe outperform in Quick Swap. I don't know. I mean, Zheng Liao has never been that crazy, no offense. Most people have just used Zheng Liao for like Quick Swap shenanigans. Oh, and Sweetly's video. Oh, did Sweetly compare them? I see. Yeah, I did see that. I saw a different video of someone's guide where Augusta with like, more Teffy versus Zhang Liao with like Yinlin and his full team. Like Augusta did noticeably better. She cleared by like 10 seconds faster, but at the same time, she only started the beginning of her Lib 2. So she did the intro of Lib 2 and the boss died. So there was the entirety of her Lib 2's like damage output left over while Zhang Liao was like trying to scratch the boss at the end. So yeah, like Augusta is noticeably better. You also need to keep in mind though, like some people like you shouldn't take too many of the middle tower shit seriously because of the shield buffs. Although I haven't checked TOA, I don't even remember what the buffs are. Ooh, it looks like a new game compared to 1.0. Yeah. Zhang Liao hyper carry is bad, yeah, but the majority of the player base doesn't want to play quick swap, so most people prefer the hyper carry playstyle, so they'll see a character strength that way. It's just really not surprising. Like no one, like most people could already recognize this game had a power creep problem. Like literally the only cope I've ever seen for Wuwa players is just if it clears, power creep doesn't matter. And it's like, no offense, the Wuwa community is probably the most smooth brained when it comes to understanding how power creep and HP inflation can affect the future. Like, they can only see basically what I complained in my last video where like I'll get mad at people dooming characters because they can't look into the future at all. It's literally the same problem in Wuwa, but for a different thing, right? Like, people will be like, oh, HP inflation, power creep, it doesn't matter if this and that can still clear. And it's like, brother, oh my god. This game wants you to do 1, 2, 3 rotation. Um, if you want me to be honest, I think Quick Swap is hurting their sales, and so that's why they like try to do that. Because if you think about it, being able to just pull two random ass DPSs that aren't made for each other, but then work incredibly well to the point it can be competitive to like full hyper carry teams, just hurts their money. So they probably just want to make teams like more straightforward so that they can sell supports more for certain DPSs. I really just don't think they intended for Quick Swap to be as effective as it is. This being the same with Genshin too. Nowadays, WoW and Genshin fans are similar. Well, that's because the majority of WoW's players base is just ex-Genshin fans. That applies to me as well, by the way, but I'm telling you, every single gacha community wants to be different. Like, this is the problem. Every gacha community wants to defend and act like their gacha is, like, different. And, like, I don't know, revolutionizing the space when they just fucking aren't. This isn't a WUA only thing. HSR did this in its first year. ZZZ players did this in their first year. I've also seen over there in the ZZZ community, they like vehemently deny any type of like HP inflation or like any of that. Like I will say ZZZ as of current has been handling power creep incredibly well, but like it also has its own problems 100%. They're celebrating a 1 cost team beating a 6 cost team. Yeah. I think that's something else that people should realize in WUWA. Because the sequence jumps aren't like too crazy. Like technically WUWA's power creep is slower, but if you want to make an older DPS perform on the same level or surpass a newer one, you need to put in way more like limited pulls to accomplish that. Right? Like that's just the unfortunate truth. Yo, where's this source of the noise thing, bro? I'm so confused. Just wait until the defense inflation. Yeah, I saw. I got recommended a Reddit post about it. Bro, what am I supposed to do? I know I skipped dialogue, but like, I can't interact with this. Ooh, copying HSR power creep? No, it's just like it's harder to combat power creep in WUA compared to HSR because WUA's what's it called? WUA's like sequence investment is shit for most of its older characters. Like you're putting what 3-4 cost to make your Zhang Liao like let's say I don't know 30-40% stronger. Like that shit is some hot steaming buns. Like the return on investment is completely trash. Like if you look at HSR, every single Amphorius DPS, if you put 2 cost into their E2, gets around a 100% increase in their performance, and this will automatically put them like on the same level as every single newly released DPS in the next version, right? That's kind of how it goes. Finally, I found it. Why are the Wu community celebrating 2 new floors in TOA? I saw people celebrating it because it's said that it's a good thing that they can use more characters now. You got Augusta? No. I lost my 50-50. So I'm going to pull Galbrena. The only outright bad Eidolons are still in Jing Yuan. Yeah, from version 1 for sure. The thing is, though, this even applies to, like, version 2 characters, though. Like, I think Zanny gets, like, a 40% personal DPS increase. And I'd also like to add in here, right? This is both a good and a bad thing. But because in this game, even like any type of support can do like a bit of damage, a character's personal jump with like signature sequences will never translate to an actual team DPS jump, right? Like, I'll use Phanon here for example, or like any hyper carry in HSR. Every single hyper carry team in HSR, right? Almost 90+% of the DPS is being done by the main DPS. So if they have like a huge Eidolon jump or like signature jump, then it's almost going to directly translate into an overall DPS jump. In this game, let's say for example Yuno does like 400k damage if I remember correctly in an Augusta team in like her calcs, right? And Augusta does like 1.2 milli. And then SK as well has like her intro, explosion damage thingy. So now Augusta is maybe doing around like 75% of the team's damage. So the 50% jump that she gets in her sequences from S0 to S2 becomes like a 35% team DPS increase. Like in this game, it really sucks going for sequences. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Like you need to put in a lot to combat the power creep and make an older character as good as a newer one, is what I'm trying to say. Lua sequences are bad because of the sequence shop. To be honest, you probably aren't wrong. That's probably why they make S3 and S6 as good as they are for most characters. Is because S3 and S6 aren't something you can get through the sequence shop. You can buy corals. I think sequences for 2.x units are better. If you pay too limited cost for your Augusta team to do overall 35% more damage, Wuwa will probably power creep that within a year. Like, I think that's the main thing here. Like, a 30% jump in DPS isn't difficult to achieve within a year's time in this game. And that's why that 6-cost Zhang Liao team is losing to a 1-cost Augusta team. At some point, going into sequence investment is just dog shit because of natural power creep becoming faster. Also, it takes quite a while to build up to buying sequences in the first place. Like, that actually does matter. And if you don't care about going for sequences, then you're probably going to be someone who uses their corals on pulls instead. So, I don't know. I think there's a lot of nuance when it comes to like UWA vertical investment and whether or not it's worth it. It's not as straightforward as HSR can be. Because in HSR, E1s and E2s can make like an astronomical difference. I have to say, the only thing like predatory this game does with its sequences is interruption resistance in sequence 1. I really don't like that. Like, in calculations, you'll never usually see an S1's interruption resistance like contribute towards anything. But man, just making a rotation completely smooth without needing to dodge or anything like that makes a very noticeable difference in DPS/DPR. I think S1 is probably the most underrated sequence for most characters. I think it's way more worth it to go horizontal and Wuwa. Oh yeah, I agree. The only time I don't agree is sometimes with like these mono teams, gonna be honest. It also depends on the time span, right? Like if you're comparing Zanny to like Augusta currently, like Zanny vertical investment, if you already have the team, would just be way more worth it. Probably like 1 year's power creep time is when it's like, I don't want to go vertical anymore. At least in terms of like value. You only get 8 corals for a dupe of a 4-star. You already have E6. So, 10 4-star dupes, which is 100 pulls, is 80. So, 80 corals, you need 360 to purchase a limited sequence. So, you need 45. You need 45 dupe 4-stars to afford one sequence from the shop, which is 450 pulls worth, guaranteed. Of course, you're gonna get other 4-stars earlier, but like, let's not act like it's easy to save up for those sequences. They are incredibly fucking expensive. 450 pulls is probably as many pulls Wuwa has given out in over the last half a year. Like that is not easy at all. Oh, it didn't. Okay. Some of the new comps need 3 units. I don't think there's a single comp that needs 3 units. Zanny P can use Spectral Rover. Cartethia can use Arrow Rover. Augusta can use Mortefi plus SK. Prolova can be used as a sub DPS in multiple teams. Also used with Havoc Rover. The only one you can really make an argument for is Lupa with the Mono Fusion team. What do you advise a new player to go for Saridra for a Phanon comp? No. As a new player, you should never go for niche supports that won't work well with other characters. I think the best example I can give is my own Anoxa account, because that one still isn't that crazy of a high Trailblaze level. The only limiteds on my Anoxa account are Anoxa, Sunday, and Triby. And I'm not pulling Saridra despite her being best in slot. There's a lot more value in pulling general supports when you're a new account. Do you look at story leaks? No. I don't care for story. Can't skip this? Yup. Yeah. 3 costs for a full ass team and their SIGs when you can put that into your old 2.x DPS. But what you seem to be misunderstanding is that these teams do not need to be full S0R1 to be stronger than an older DPS. I think that's what you're not understanding. You only need to put probably 2 cost, most cases, for any of the version 2 teams to be stronger than any of the version 1 teams. And at max, putting in sequence investment for like a version 1 DPS, I guarantee you, you're just not going to be able to outpace the power creep, and the newer characters have way better vertical investment anyways. Like, why would you go and put 2 cost into a version 1 character to get like a 25 to 30% increase in their performance when Zanny, Augusta, Cartethia all get 50% plus at S2 instead? Like, you're just actively losing your pulls. And you have less characters. Holy lag. Are we serious? Okay, they don't let you die. Nice. It was a fun game to watch if only I liked playing it. Yeah. This game's visuals are incredibly good. But yeah, same issue. Oh, they're 100% gonna make sequence stronger in version 3. There's no reason to think they wouldn't. They 100% will just make sequences stronger. I wouldn't be surprised if Chisa was probably the introduction to the new strongest sequences in the game. And rather them not make it strong, I mean, it's just gonna happen. Not that much stronger though. No, they will just make it that much stronger. I really don't understand where you get this optimism from after seeing the signature weapon situation. 1 year ago, signature weapons gave less than a 20% increase in the DPS's performance. Now, 40% isn't anything special to see. Sequences have also become like twice as strong too. I don't know why you guys think it's for some reason gonna stop. Don't say you guys, it's insulting. I'm actually curious. Let me see. I just want to check something. Yeah, okay. So Jin Shi from S0 to S2 gets a 10% increase in her performance. Chang Li gets a 20% increase from S0 to S2. Camellia gets 36%, but she was almost V2. Zhang Liao gets 30%. So Augusta's S0 to S2 jump is 50%. Where is it? Cartethia. Cartethia's jump is, I think, also 50, to be honest. Yeah, Cartethia is also 50%. Augusta's 50%. What's Zanny? Zanny's 45%. So yeah, like they basically doubled it. Glorb! We're all pulling. Nice, Kiwi. I feel like 2.x they figured out the power level they want in sequences. Yeah, but that's just not gonna age well, my friend. I understand, like you want to believe that, but it's like, it's so cope, it's insane. They're just gonna keep increasing the sequence jumps. I'm gonna put my guess on the table. In version 3, probably 65 to 70% S0 to S2 jump. I'll put my money on that. 65 to 70% in version 3. By the way, sequences in Wu are already about as strong as like version 2 Penacony HSR sequences. That's why I'm so confident. If they keep going the way they are in version 3, they'll be like near Amphorius Eidolon levels. Brant already has that? What? No, no, he doesn't. What? 65 to 70% from S0 to S2? I do not think he has that big of a jump. I remember checking his calcs. Yeah, Brant has a 50% jump. And then if you know how to play your team better, it becomes 40%. Also, like, sub DPS sequences, it's more normalized for them to give bigger jumps. I was mainly referencing main DPSs. Playing Wu on mobile is horrendous. I love the game, but I might quit because I can't play it. Yeah, I actually saw a few Reddit posts a little bit ago while looking for leaks on the Reddit. I just get randomly recommended the Wu Reddit sometimes. Like, some people are quitting because of lag. Others are quitting because apparently it's now like 60 gigabytes on mobile devices. Like, I knew this would happen, bro. As a PC enjoyer, I'm obviously able to reap the benefits of like graphical changes and shit. But I'm gonna be honest, this is probably why the Hoyo games still have way more players than Wuwa. They are just way more runnable on shittier devices. They are just so much easier to run on shit devices, man. 60? Yeah, I saw someone post on the Wuwa Reddit, like, they have to quit the game because it's 64 gigabytes. It's 67 for you, Jeffrey? Yeah, like, people need to understand, most people's devices that can even, like, download something that big are probably at, like, a 128 gigabyte hard drive space. And then people on shittier phones with a 64 gigabyte, they can't even attempt, bro. Isn't that just a pre-download? Yeah, but you can't pre-download if you don't have the space is the issue. Like, it doesn't matter if they reduce it after. You need that open amount of space to even allow something like that to happen. They don't optimize the game. I mean, I'm on a 3060 Ti Ryzen 5 5600X and my game lags. Like, look at this shit, bro. Like, I'm on decently high graphics, but even if I put it on low, I'd still lag in some areas. This game easily causes the most issues for me on my PC compared to any other game I've ever downloaded or played. Like, the only reason I ever even slightly consider buying a new PC from time to time is because of this game. This is the only one that makes me think about it. Like, damn, is my shit getting that old? I think Flight in Huang Long is absolutely amazing this update, though. It feels so weird. And people said we needed bigger cities, yeah. I don't think there are any new leagues, unfortunately. Let me check. Is Casterus worth it without her lag count? It's just Olua. Here's what the new Elation path is about. Okay, so someone was talking about the Elation path shit earlier. Um, the only takeaway I could really get from that, if it has anything to do with implementing what's there in the actual path and like gameplay wise, certain characters will be able to trigger something that adds stacks, and then there's a random chance that it triggers a effect. That is my guess. Like, it's as broad as you can get, but that's all the elation path really tells you. Like, you build up this number of stacks for like some box slash present, and then your characters just get a fuck ton of buffs whenever it's finally activated. What's your take regarding how people say that free-to-play players don't deserve to complain because they contribute no money to a game? It's probably the most brain-dead take of all time. Because the more players you have actively playing your game, probably the easier it is for, the actual company to show investors like playtime, monthly player base count, all the like statistics matter, right? Free to play players do matter, right? You could have like 10, 20 whales keeping a game alive every single month, which is fine, but people aren't going to want to invest in a game that isn't free to play friendly, because at the end of the day what they try to do with free to plays is make you want to spend, right? Even if you're confident that you're never going to spend, just a $5 subscription alone matters to the statistics, right? So this argument that like free to play players don't matter is retarded. It's just as retarded as like people getting mad at whales for spending money or shit, because at the end of the day, whales are also like directly funding the game instead of indirect player statistics such as free to play players. Also, I will say this, the more free to play friendly a game is, the more willing free to plays will be to no longer be free to play. Right? Like this is a very, very real thing, and it's, depending on how Duet Night Abyss goes, if I enjoy it just semi enough, I'm 100% dropping money on that game, even though I currently am not using money on any of my gacha accounts for like nearly 2 months at this point, because a free to play friendly game that allows you to grind, there's no time gating, there's no limited banners, there's no annoying ass gotcha. Like that's something I actually feel like supporting instead of this fucking shitty ass gotcha system with 50/50s. If I lost card 50/50, would have considered it, but nah, I can't lose my free to play status. Wood deserves a bit of love for their quality animation, story, combat, and QOL. I mean, they already get a lot of love for that, though. Like, all I ever see is insane levels of glaze for Wuwa whenever they do, like, QOL or whatever. Every single time. It's just insane levels of glaze. And there's nothing wrong with that, but, like, people already glaze it, trust me. They already glaze it. I'm afraid that DNA will flop. I don't think DNA will flop. Like, it really just depends how they treat it. But considering they already kicked out the gotcha system, knowing that that would have made them way more fucking money in their first few months of launch compared to, like, waiting for it down the line, shows that they are, like, prepared to make bold moves off the start. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, Wuwa is a step in the wrong direction, gacha wise, compared to their own older game, which is PGR. Like, unlike a lot of games these days that are trying to take a step in the right direction forward, or like something else, Wuwa legit took the motto of just being better Genshin. That's all they cared about. They didn't actually care about like improving the space. They just wanted to look better than Genshin, so Genshin players would quit the game. I mean, it worked, right? It worked really well. But I have more faith in Duet Night Abyss than I do like other games for sure. Like Wu on launch, I really didn't have that much faith in. And of course, right? Like at the end of the day, if DNA fails, it'll probably be their own fault, right? Like, there's nothing you can really do about that. When you are introducing, or like, I should say, getting rid of the gacha entirely, and all characters are obtainable free and shit, now it's simply going to be a matter of, are people going to get bored quickly, right? Like, is there enough stuff to do to grind for? And that's why when people are like, "Oh, I hope the rates aren't so bad," it's like, for a game like this, it's going to appeal to more hardcore players than casual ones, right? Like, gachas and games with no gacha, with like grindable shit, are the complete opposites of each other. One wants you to waste as little of your time as possible, but in turn, you're more likely to spend money if you get unlucky, right? And it's very time friendly. While a game like DNA will probably be the opposite. Everything will be attainable without any limited bullshit, but you're gonna have to deal with a way longer grind compared to just normal gacha farming. It appeals to like two different communities. And personally, DNA probably appeals to me more compared to these other gachas, like the normal ones. Like, I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, how much would I enjoy a game like DNA, right? Like, would I really enjoy the grind? And then I realized, like, very slowly, if the game ends up being exceptional enough, I wouldn't be surprised if it became the main game I make content on. It's a high bar to set, but if they did accomplish that, that would probably happen. Yeah, tactician, exactly. Although I will say, there's actually a good chance that getting characters in DNA is like way easier than gachas. Like, I won't say it's actually exactly the same thing, but like, you need to farm shards, and I believe once you get 30 shards, you can get a character. And I don't know, I do feel confident they'll probably make it easier to obtain characters, like if you put in the time, compared to when you're time gated in these games, right? Like, you can only farm a certain amount of, premium currency every single day. While in a game like that, if one day you're fucking feeling it, right? Like, you really got the free time, you really have the passion for it, you could just go a day straight grinding and maybe get a character, or like a good amount towards a character, right? How much would you grind? DNA, a game like that, maybe 2 3 hours a day, if I had the passion for it. I probably wouldn't go any further because I'd still play like HSR and other gotchas, right? But if I liked it enough, 100%, I could see myself playing 2 to 3 hours every day. Maybe more on days where I have more free time. You gonna drop any gacha to compensate? If I had to drop a gacha, it would be Woowa. I've already talked about it before, but like, open world gachas, I find more tedious compared to like HSR, which I can put anything on auto. and I can like leave for an hour, come back, and nothing's happened to me, right? So it would be Wuwa competing for against DNA for me, basically. It wouldn't be HSR getting kicked out. HSR just has too much convenience. Even though dailies in Wuwa is technically faster, the convenience and just doing anything in HSR is way too fucking good. At least for someone like me. Is DNA not open world? Yeah, but they're probably going to add an actual incentive for doing the open world grind. Unlike Wuwa, where there just is no incentive because of it being gacha based. Like, this is my point. Wuwa is in like this middle spot for me where it's a beautiful open world game with great graphics, but the open world isn't taken advantage of enough, right? The only thing you can use it for is farming some shitty ass echoes that are barely gonna help you. Like you just want main stat, right? But in DNA, there's an actual like real grind incentive for it being open world, for you spending like a shit ton amount of time, fighting and shit. So it's different in that aspect to me. HSR is a long period of time with nothing to do slash no content. Yeah, and HSR is way more convenient. This is what I'm saying. Like, do you not understand what it is I'm saying? Wuwa has a great open world, but there's nothing to do or grind for in the open world. DNA has an actual reason to enjoy the open world and to grind and put in time. That's the difference. I don't want a half-assed, convenient slash non-convenient game, depending on whatever it chooses. I just want either pure convenience or pure grind, which would be DNA, and as well as HSR. Playing over open world gachas feels fatigue. Yeah, like I really didn't have anywhere near as much of an issue when I was younger. It's just like these days I just don't care for open world that much. You know what I'm saying? Unless there's an actual good reason to grind, it just isn't my thing, man. It's all about the characters at the end of the day. Yeah, that's another reason why I like DNA. DNA has some insane designs for their characters that I really like. Like it's quite common for gachas to go easy on like it's common for gachas to go easy on their character design so they can like catch you off guard in the future. But DNA didn't really do this. They just went all out instantly and they're selling some of the most insane skins I've ever fucking seen. Bro, bro, this game's auto targeting is so shit. Oh my god. I give up. Just did the hologram with Augusta, and I understand why Augusta S1 is interruption resistance. Yeah, for sure. She has a lot of long animations that can be easily just fucking swiped. So, yeah, it makes sense for sure. What does DNA's gameplay look like? Is it turn-based or open world? It's more so open world, I'm pretty sure. It's not anything crazy. The animations could also still use some work and become smoother, but they've already improved a lot. So I'm confident they'll just keep improving anyways. That's all I can hope for, to be honest. If the game keeps improving and they don't like stagnate for whatever reason, then I can 100% see it going places. I could 100% see it. I will say though, DNA, like, I think at some point they probably need to try and become more original. Because there's just one specific character who has the most obvious robbed animation I've ever seen. Like, usually I don't mind inspiration, right? But this is literally the definition of robbed, and its caster is summon dragon animation for her ult. Like, they literally just completely ripped that off. Oh, I have arena now. I can finally pull on this fucking standard weapon. I'm gonna pull Galby's thing anyways. I'll just pull another EOG. See. Oh my god, their Reddit got way more new people. Yeah, the launch date is 2 months from now, on October 28th for DNA. Farina's still one of my faves. I'm pretty sure Farina is the most popular Gacha character on the planet. She is insanely popular. Deserved. Yo, what am I doing wrong, bro? Who my PC can handle the game? What, Duet Night Abyss? I mean, Duet Night Abyss looks way more runnable than Wuwa. I have to say that. The graphics in DNA do not look anywhere near as, like, crazy as Wu was. So unless they have the most abysmal optimization, which Wua already has optimization issues, then it should be okay. Give me a second, guys. Alright, so this is all DNA characters. Holy shit, that's loud. That's better. So already, they made the animations way fucking smoother compared to like when I first saw this shit. It used to be way more stiff. It's not Epic 7? True. Okay, this is the Caster's ripoff. This is the Cassie ripoff. You can even see like the mid-air movement system is exactly like Warframe's. This game takes like crazy amount of inspiration from Warframe. Can my game crash? Oh, hell no. Peak optimization? Yeah, nothing you can do about it. HSR needs to release Hule. True. They're putting him all over in every endgame. Oh, this guy can go invisible. What's the end game in DNA? I'm not sure. I don't know much about DNA myself. I just know I'm gonna play it because of the sole reason they got rid of Gacha. I had to look at gameplay after I saw that. The fact you can use two different types of weapons at the same time is also really cool. I really appreciate that. Like, you're not just stuck to one weapon type, you can use multiple. It looks like it has a cheap feel. Lua was the exact same way in its early beta, though. Like, I don't disagree, but if you saw Lua, like, early, like, pre-release shit, bro, it wasn't looking good, man. That's why I'm saying, like, I hope this game keeps improving into the future, so long as it gets decent enough support at the beginning. Because if they do keep improving, like animations, like quality graphics, all that, like it could improve quite a lot, just like Wuwa did. She summons a hellhound. Oh, she summons a unicorn. Okay. Oh, and now she's healing. Oh, okay. So this is someone with 4 different summons. Ooh. Bro, I swear. Scythes are so underused and are such a fucking cheat code in every single game. Like, they just have so much aura.
By defeating enemies. Sorry. Awesome, like my excavator stalled. Better fetch some excavator modules for it.
Okay. So she can just fly around and shoot everybody. These horns are a little too over the top. Like, no offense, they're trying to do a little too much here, in my opinion. Maybe that's just me, though.
Scream louder, then I might show you some mercy.
Holy AoE.
Surrender to me. Pathetic weaklings. Behold, this genius's ultimate creation.
This guy drops bombs. Why does this guy look like the best damage dealer yet? Yo. He's just dropping bombs. A gunner, okay. Please be good.
You asked for it.
Oh, so she gets aimbot.
Destroy. Paid for wasting my time. Not bad.
Okay. Once again, you can kind of tell, like, for some animations, like, most of the combat animations actually look smooth, but, like, movement and some of the ult animations are a little stiff, in my opinion. Oh, this is a healer. Phoebe! Peeb! Oh my god! That is not Phoebe. I've never seen Phoebe do that move. This is the pig from Seven Deadly Sins. I think his name is like Hawk or something.
This is gonna hurt.
Love how she just spams the pig? Yeah.
Come closer. Sweet venom going down your throat. No violent contact.
Oh, is this another healer?
No violent contact.
I'm not a big fan of this one. Okay, we got Mr. Aura Farmer himself. This is just Calcharo in a different universe.
Judgment falls.
That is Calcharo's animation.
Judgment
That is 100% Calcharo's old animation.
falls.
Just looks like a worse Warframe so far. I'm gonna be honest, you guys really need to stop comparing games that have been out for like multiple years, that have gotten support and dedicated fan base, compared to newer games. It's really hard to compare. I agree though. It doesn't look better on launch. This just looks broken as shit. Found my main.
Demon Tabitha the Red Hand's coming.
That is on course. That is on course.
Demon Tabitha the Red Hand's coming.
Hero and Kuro are buddies, true. Man, this game really loves horns. Holy shit. There has to be like a lore reason for it.
No mercy. Embrace fear. Fear.
Demon faction? Maybe.
Burn.
Farewell. May you rest in peace.
Oh,
Never get in the way of me and my rest. Here's the winning move. Ah. Weakness identified. Hurry up.
stream froze for a bit.
Here's the winning move. Ah!
Very fast.
She has a shovel? Yo.
Recyclable. That's really hot.
Yep, that's it. That's all the characters apparently in the latest CBT2. This was 2 months ago too. So like there's also a good chance they've obviously improved more. It's not like they're sitting on their asses. Oh shit. Give me a second, guys. Okay. How to take off the wallpaper engine thingy, because I didn't think my game crashed. I already did dailies on everything. I need to delete Etheria. I always forget. I just forget it's on my PC. Have you tried Uber? No. Too busy. Too many games, man. Nooning time? No, I'll probably end stream. Delete that shit and hop on a real turn-based PvP gacha. Yeah, nice. I'm not downloading Epic 7, man. It's just never happening. It's never happening. You want to really enjoy Uma? Probably not. Alright, chat. Appreciate you all stopping by. It was fun. Finished the Woowa quest. Checked out some DNA. I hope that game keeps improving, man. I really do. I really want to see a game like that, you know, like prosper and do what basically Woowa did. Like, I had no fucking confidence in Woowa when I first played it, and then I just absolutely fell in love with it. I really hope DNA can accomplish something just as similar. Love you all. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night.